Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Child girl, if you're new here, I am Tonia. Girl, I'm a thrift queen, lover of all the things. Girl, if you're into thrifting, girl, fashion, styling, home decor, a little bit of gardening, girl, this is your vibe. This is the place to be. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. All the information will be down in the description box. Girl, so I'm here to finally record the Q&A video. Thank you guys so much for dropping me some questions on the community tab post for the video today. So we're just gonna jump right in. The questions were super good. Girl, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. So first question. Girl, I hope I don't me versus the C. Okay, me versus the C. Y'all don't be mad now if I butcher these names. So me versus the C said, we all know fashion comes in waves, and what's in today may not be tomorrow. What is one item from your thrift hauls that you cherish and would never donate back to the thrift store, even if it goes out of style? Girl, that's a good question. So, one item, oh my goodness. I have thrifted so many things. Girl, I can't choose, but I know it would have to be something, either a blazer or a bag. I think is something that I've thrifted that I probably would never get rid of. And I probably would have to just pop up a picture somewhere on the video just showing you what that item is. I definitely feel like the bags and the blazers are truly some of the unique pieces that I have been able to find. People can find camo, you can buy camo. I guess I'm thinking of the things that I know for sure you're not gonna be able to run to nobody's website and get. So definitely blazers and bags. All right. Teach Me the Style says, what's your career? How did you get into fashion? When you see an outfit, what piece do you start with first? Okay, so what's my career? So I work in finance. So my degrees are in accounting. Eventually one day I probably will go back and get my CPA or go sit for my CPA. Don't know when that's gonna be, girl, but that's what I do 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I'm in finance. How did I get into fashion? I'm not really sure how I got into it. I always have loved clothes. I've always loved getting dressed. I had my tomboy era in high school, and then girl, when I went to college, girl, it was heels. It was heels all day. It's so funny because my family would tell you that when I had Anaya, even when I was pregnant with Anaya. So Anaya was a super chunky baby, right? And here I am, little skinny old me. Girl, I was still rocking the 6-inch heels with that baby cocked on my hip, okay? So I have been, I guess, into style, fashion for a long time. But I don't remember like an exact moment where it just hit me that like, oh, fashion is, I just love fashion. I don't recall that, but I always been that girl that just always wanted to get dressed. I always wanted to make sure I looked cute, make sure I had my heels on, my hair done. I was always that girl, okay? And when you see an outfit, or I guess she's asking me, what piece when I'm going to create an outfit do I start with first? So typically, it just depends. So sometimes it could be a belt, it could be an accessory, girl, it could be earrings, it could be that blazer that I found, it could be the pants. So I just jump off of whatever it is that I find and I just create based on that. So there's like no one particular thing that I just look for. The pieces just speak to me and I just put the outfit together. But usually, like if I go thrifting and I bring that set of thrifting things back, for some odd reason, it always works in my favor. It's like the pieces just always work together. And maybe because I'm comfortable, mixing prints, mixing colors, I'm comfortable doing that. So, usually when that bag comes home, I just can style the pieces up from the bag. And I just go with that. I just go with, just pulling one particular thing and just going with it. And then I just add the accessories and, all the extra stuff to the little outfit. So definitely not one single thing, but it just depends on the piece that I pick up or what I feel like putting on for that day. All right. So Sheila Finn 5990 said, I don't have any questions that I can think of at the moment. All I want to say is that I truly enjoy your videos. I love the realness. Girl, I feel like we could be friends. A lot of people on here come across as arrogant and fake, but your personality comes off authentic. Keep doing what you're doing. Girl, I love this. Thank you, boo. girl, I can't, I don't have time to figure out how to be something else. It's already enough to put yourself on camera. It's already enough to show up. It's already enough to create content. And then trying to navigate, trying to be someone that you're not, that's just too much. That's too much for me. I just can't. You know, I am who I am. You like it, you don't, that's okay. You know I'm not for everybody. That's okay. So, you know, but I am glad that at least I can come off, you know, just being authentically who I am on or off the camera. But bomb comment, girl. So V Butterscotch said, a throwback of you and your younger days slash fashion, and how has your sense of style changed as you've gotten older? So I'll have to see if I can dig back, girl, in the arsenal for a throwback picture. I'll have to see. I might have to go back to like, girl, an old photo album, because you know, well, maybe you don't know, girl, I'm a 80s baby, okay? I was born in 82, right? So, you know, cameras and this whole era of moments and capturing and all of that wasn't what we were doing back when I was, you know, kind of coming up. Even when I was in college, because I think cell phones, I don't know, what year did cell phones really pop out? I think maybe they started in 2000. I remember having a cell phone in Japan, but, you know, I don't recall it just us taking pictures and celebrating moments. So I have to dig to see, you know, if I have something, but if you see it pop up, girl, I found something. And how has my sense of style changed? My sense of style probably has changed just simply because, I don't know, maybe more confidence has just elevated it. I think a lot of the looks that I put together or the things that I do, half the outfit is the confidence in it. It ain't even the outfit itself. I mean, I'm just being honest. Yes, some of the pieces are bomb, you know, that I found, but, you know, to me, you know, 80% of my outfits is just the confidence that I have wearing them. And so I think as you just become more comfortable in your skin, you're more comfortable in who you are, you just, you know, evolve over time, and, you know, your style will also change over time. And then you find the things that, you know, are like your go-tos, and you just stick to your go-tos. I think that's just probably been the easiest as far as style, but thrifting has allowed me to do that because I'm able to play, you know, in different trends and play with different things and find out, you know, what Tonia is most comfortable in, and I just go with that. Okay, Tian Yvonne said, 1222 says, hi Tonia, I love your content. What advice do you have for women in their 40s wanting to step their fashion game up without spending a fortune? Girl, you in the right place. You're in the right place if that's your vibe. So you already know, girl, I thrift, right? I'm a thrifter. So number one, you know, even in your 40s, you know, you want to step it up, girl, go thrifting. There's a lot of fast fashion in the thrift stores. Thrift stores are not completely all vintage old things. Like, I love when I can find vintage old things, but they're chock full of like fast fashion items. And if thrifting is not, you know, necessarily your thing, try Plato's Closet. You know, that's technically still thrifting, just in an organized way. And you can kind of just play with things. I just think thrifting offers you the flexibility to be able to do that without spending a whole lot of money. And then above that, you know, you do have your typical websites. I personally feel like Zara is a good website, especially if you can get down with the sizing and figure out all the sizing things. But I think Zara is really good, affordable, a step above, say, you know, other websites like Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing, Shein, you know, all those websites. I think Zara is still a step above without really already tapping into luxury, right? So, but for me, I feel like thrifting has given me the option to play. Girl, $50 on a 99-cent day, entire wardrobe, right? An entire wardrobe. You just have to be willing to, you know, go thrifting. And then, you know, of course, if stuff don't work out, I just redonate it. It's a tax write-off. So I don't feel like necessarily that I lose, you know, in thrifting. Good thing that I'm a reseller with the amount of thrifting that I do. But if I've kept every single piece, and I've let go of some really bomb pieces, but if I've kept every single piece that I've thrifted, I would have a store. Girl, I just have a store. But that's what I would do. Okay. Dancing to My Own Beat 618 asked me a bomb question. She said, if you had 10 minutes to pack a suitcase with 5 pieces from your wardrobe, what would you pick? Girl, this question is so good, and I have thought about this question, and it just depends on what I'm packing for, okay? So, like, if it's vacation, that's a whole different, 5 pieces, right? If it's a business trip, them 5. But just a standard, everyday, what I'm gonna take if I'm going somewhere, girl, I automatically gotta have me some cargos. So I got to have some cargos. I probably would pick a camo because camo can kind of go with anything, but it's definitely gonna be a cargo. And keep in mind, this don't include accessories. Now I'm thinking not accessories, so that, we ain't gonna get into the shoes and, bags and stuff like that. Just pieces that I would taste, and not even basic. So we're not gonna include like tees and just, basic stuff. But girl, it would have to be a pair of cargos. I know for a fact it's gotta be a blazer. I gotta have me a blazer. I gotta have me a bomb pair of denim jeans. So I've been loving my denim jeans that I got from the Gap. Those have been super dope. So I definitely have to have the camo. I gotta have the blazer. I gotta have a cargo. I am a graphic tee girl, so I probably would have to have a graphic tee. And then what else would I have? If I had, that's 4 items. If I had 10 minutes and 5, if I had 10 minutes and only 5 items, it would probably have to be another top that I can rotate with the blazer. So maybe, like I said, a graphic tee, and then some vintage top, like to be able to mix and match. Those would probably be the 5 things. If I only had 10 minutes and I was going somewhere. Granted, it's got to be where I'm going. Now, if it's beach vacation, that's a whole nother, set of things that I would feel like I would need to take. But that would be my 5. What are your top, Gigi Shield said, what are your top 5 bucket list items? Ooh, top 5 bucket list items. I think I had wrote that down in my phone too, like what I was looking for. So I know I want me some Gerbard jeans. Gerbard. Girl, I want some of those. I would love to find like really nice vintage luxury bags thrifted. So like I would like a staple Gucci bag. I would like to find a staple Louis Vuitton, like classic prints. Even in shoes, I would love to find, just luxury items like that. What else? And I'm assuming you're meaning thrifted, not like trip or something like that. But what else would I like to find thrifting? I think just classic vintage pieces, if I could find them in a luxury realm, you know what I mean? Just simply because quality. I want vintage for quality. So that would be whatever. So that could be a dress, a bag, blazer, any other fashion category, accessories. I would love to find some dope vintage accessories. So those would kind of be maybe some bucket item lists that I would look for thrifting. All right, Sonia EW2 says, are you the boss at work? Girl, work been working me, but I am the boss at work. So I do have a team of 7 or 8 employees. So I do have a team that I have to manage. Of course, I have a boss and she has a boss, but yes, I am a supervisor at my job, and I have a team of 8 employees, 7 or 8 employees. Oh, Nisa, this is good. Oh, Nisi the Budget Nista 3223 says, are you planning on opening a boutique, consignment, etc. in the near future? Girl, that's a super good question. And it's a yes and a no for me, right? Yes, because I just have all the things. Like I love thrifting and I love finding things. So yes to all the things. Now, whether or not I would have a boutique or not. Now, I may one day do like the people that have like a booth at like those warehouses type of thing. Now, I may do that one day. But girl, to have an actual storefront, girl, an actual brick and mortar location, I don't know, sis, because the cost of having that, with the rent, utilities, girl, I don't know the expense behind that. I would definitely have to have an employee. So that's another expense. Or, even if it was like family or something, I would have to have someone who ran it while I, kept inventory. And so it will require me to have to do a whole lot of thrifting in order to maintain a actual storefront. So while the thought sounds good, I don't know. You know, in this day and time, a lot of people enjoy online shopping. So I don't know, you know, and not to say they're not successful boutique owners, but you know, I'm niched in the vintage thrifting type of thing, and you got to be into that, you know what I'm saying, in order to, you know, really have the market for, at least in your area, to have that type of store. So while I won't say I won't ever do it, it just is not in, say, a 5-year plan for me, because girl, the cost, it's just a cost, and the time. And because I also like my job. I love my full-time job. And I probably got about another 15 years before I could retire from that in order to, say, be able to commit the time and energy to having a actual storefront. Girl, that let me tell you something. This entrepreneur thing is not, while it's rewarding, it has its rewarding aspects to it. Girl, it ain't for the faint of heart. It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of dedication. And I would have to thrift a lot. Like, I would have to thrift all the time. Unless I was one of those ones that found like a vendor, you know, to, you know, source out, you know, bomb vintage things. I would have to look into that in order to maintain, you know, a storefront. But girl, I never say never, but child, girl, right now it's enough to just be able to do live sales and maintain a website. But I do see the possibilities of it. But the expense behind it, girl, I don't know. But that was a bomb question, sis. That was bomb. All right. So Tiffany Carter 6479 says, what is the best style advice you ever received? That's a good one. I don't know that I've gotten style advice from anyone. I just see a lot, like when people ask like stylists that question, and my answer is really cliche. It is, you know, if I had to give it, it's just be yourself. Just be who you are. Just be true to yourself when it comes to style, when it comes to fashion, and just hone in on, you know, what are you most comfortable in. I still have a hard time to this day defining my own style, because I feel like I just wear a lot of different things, and I'm comfortable wearing a lot of different things. I do know what's like a go-to for me. When I know I need to get dressed, I know I need to go somewhere, what's that go-to formula? I know that. But as far as like somebody giving me any style advice, now I do have people that say, girl, you should be a stylist. And they tell me you need to push and become a stylist, a celebrity stylist. I've heard that. But, you know, that becomes a whole nother thing when, you know, getting people, I guess, to trust your vision, getting people to trust your vibe, trust, you know, how you are, and having to learn someone else and styling someone based on their body, their personality, who they are, and then determining what can elevate them. I don't know necessarily yet that I've gotten there, right? Because to me, to be a stylist, it's rough. You know what I mean? Like, you know, having to convince somebody to trust your vision, which I would hope that if, you know, I'm styling or someone wanted me to style them, that they would trust my vision, trust what I would pick or what I would decide. But like the specifics of having to hone in on one individual's style, personality, you know, what would look best on them, you know, evaluating their body, their shape, their figure. Girl, I don't know. Not to say that I can't do that, but that's a lot of time. Someone did ask me to style them for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I declined that one because, sorry y'all. I declined it because that's a lot of work, right? And I like the creativeness of me being able to just flow with what I find, flow the pieces that I, you know, source when I'm thrifting. I love that, you know what I'm saying? More so than specifically dedicated to one person. And girl, that's a whole, that's time I ain't got. But bomb question. All right, Monica Renee 4896 said, would you recommend relocating to Huntsville? Girl, absolutely. However, comma, okay. So Huntsville was named the top place to live. I don't know if that was last year before, maybe it still is, but we were named the #1 city to move to live in, right? And for a while, I was like, what makes it that? Girl, because it ain't the men. So for us single ladies, you know, okay, And I think it also depends on, you know, if you're a city girl, if you like a big city girl, this ain't it. You're gonna come here and you're not gonna like Huntsville. Huntsville is slow. Okay, people will tell you that Huntsville is definitely slow. We are an old military community, right? So we have the arsenal here, but it's mostly civilians that work out on the arsenal. There's not a lot of active duty soldiers here. And so, you know, you got the military little retiree piece of it. And we are, you know, a college community because we do have A&M that's here. If, you know, HBCUs are your vibe. So A&M is here. And then we have University of Alabama, Huntsville that's here. So we have the retired community. We have the college life here. But Huntsville is definitely on the slower side. I do like it because I'm close to Nashville. I'm close to Birmingham. Atlanta is like 3.5 hours from me. So I still feel like I can get to city and still have, you know, I don't want to call it country because I don't see Huntsville necessarily as being in the country, but you know, it's slower here. But for raising kids, jobs, opportunities, absolutely. I absolutely would say Huntsville is definitely a great place to be. I love it for that fact. And then I've just kind of found myself feeling like this is just going to be home for me. I came to Huntsville in 2010 and I've been here, of course, ever since. We left, did a tour in Korea for 3 years and then came back. But I don't foresee myself moving from Huntsville, right? My parents live about 2.5 hours from me. At the time when Naya was living at home, it was semi-close to where her dad's side of the family is. So, you know, with those things, no, I don't foresee myself moving out of Huntsville. But I would recommend it for the things that I recommend it for. And then if you, like I said, are a city person, you need access to big city, big things. I mean, unless you're willing to drive the 1.5 hours to Nashville, you can get 1.5 hours to Birmingham, 3.5 hours to Atlanta, you know. But good question. Okay, so that girl _15 says, hey girl, what was your experience like attending an HBCU? Girl, I didn't attend an HBCU. I wish though I did attend one, and I wish Anaya would have attended one. But number one, HBCU is expensive. Naya did consider Tuskegee, but girl, that bill, no. But when I was graduated from high school, HBCUs weren't a push. They weren't talked about, partly probably because I was living overseas. And so, you know, of course, the military environment didn't necessarily push that. My parents didn't attend. My mom didn't attend an HBCU. So HBCUs weren't the thing for me when I graduated high school. Would I recommend it now? Absolutely. I think, you know, you definitely should have the experience. I wish Naya would have done that. But of course, her degree field, you know, wasn't going to allow her to do that because she wanted to initially go to school to be a veterinarian. She's since changed to physical therapy, but for the state of Alabama, it was either Tuskegee or Auburn. And she chose to go to Auburn for a year. So I didn't attend, to answer your question, girl, no, I didn't attend the HBCU. I wish I did though, so I could talk about the experience. But if anybody is watching this and you're, you know, probably gonna go, or you know some, you know, young college, high school getting ready to graduate, I would encourage it for the experience. I wish I would have. All right. Elena, I hope I'm saying that right. Elena Tart 8983 says, no question. I just wanted to say I love your style and your content. Thank you, girl. So sweet. So Queen 4846 says, what is your birthday? Girl, Cinco de Mayo. Girl, my birthday was last Sunday. I celebrated my 42nd birthday. So as I said in my video last week at the very end, I'm not a big announce it's my birthday. I'm not a big, you know, I'm not the type that plan my birthday, celebrate my birthday all month long. That is not me. I don't, you know, I've never been that person. I've never, you know, just put on this big celebration. Typically my family, we just, you know, all get together, go out to eat to celebrate the person's birthday. And that's kind of it. Ever since I've been grown, it seems like I'm working on my birthday. But you know, who knows, that may change in the future, but it's just not my personality to just, oh, I gotta turn up kudos to those who do. I love people who, you know, put all their energy into celebrating their birthday. And I just take it as a day of, you know, I thank God that he gave me, you know, I'm here, I'm still, you know, living. I'm thankful that, you know, I'm given the years to become wiser. But as far as a turn up, girl, no. But Cinco de Mayo, that's your girl. Let me see, y'all. Let me make sure I capture all the questions. Girl, I think I did. Y'all asked some really bomb questions. So, girl, thank y'all so much for all the love and support. Girl, if you have a question now based on something I've said, girl, drop it down below. I will answer in the comments. You know, if I get enough of them, girl, I might do another video or just answer them throughout my regular videos. But I so appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all. Catch you on the next video. Bye, girl.